Hi everyone, this is Raghavinder. Today I'm going to present video on DropBox connector, which is available in Mule Anypoint Studio. We know that DropBox is a piece of software or that is available in internet to store the files. The files can be like a media files or an office document or Excel files or any kind of documents that you can store in the Dropbox. So that is what the Dropbox is meant for. So that is the feature of Dropbox, and Dropbox has provided an API that can be used, and we can create our own software by using those APIs. So we can use this Dropbox and API, and we can upload multiple files over the internet. So Mule has provided a connector called as Mule Anypoint Dropbox connector, which is used to store some content or some files over the internet. So let's see what are the operations that can be performed using Mule Dropbox Anypoint Dropbox connector. So some of the operations are like we can authorize, unauthorize, or you can create a folder in the Dropbox or album, and you can upload some files to this folder, and also you can download those files from the folder, and you can get the list of files that was loaded to the particular folder, and also you can delete a file that is in a folder, and you can also copy the files between the folders in the Dropbox. Similarly, you can move one file from one album to or one folder to another folder. So if our Mule application or API want to connect to the Dropbox API, then we need few things. One is, first we need to log in into the Dropbox developers.dropbox.com, and we need to create an API, and Dropbox API will provide us API key and API secret, and also we need to configure OAuth2 callback URL. So usually you can give HTTP with the local host and 8083. Now let's first start configuring the Dropbox, creating an API app in the Dropbox API, and configuring the app key and app secret. First, let's go to the Dropbox. So when you go to the dropbox.com, which is developers version, you can create your own application. So already I have created an application or app called as test mule connector 1212. So when I created this connector, automatically this Dropbox application or software has provided as app key and app secret, which are the two essential things that are necessary to connect to the Dropbox. And also we need to configure the callback URL. So right now I have configured it as localhost 8083/callback, and we need this because it uses OAuth2. And I have completely full permissions. If you want to create a new app, also you can go to click on my apps and let it open. Yeah, this is a app I have created. You can also create a new app. Click on create app, and it's like a Dropbox API. Select this, and I just need full Dropbox access. So, and also you need to provide a name for your app. The name for my app is like a sample MuleSoft test connectivity. This is the application or app I'm going to create. When you click on that, you can see there is an app key, and if you want to see the app secret, you can click on show. And definitely it is you need to configure the OAuth2. So you can see here it can be like HTTP. I'm giving it as HTTP : //localhost : something like 3s. Okay, port number is 43/callback. So, and click on add. So you can give whatever you would like to have, and click on generate access token if you need an access token. Okay, this is how you need to configure everything in the Dropbox. Right now I have two apps. One is sample MuleSoft test connectivity. Another one is just test Mule, like a test Mule connector 1212. Let me use this test Mule connector 1212 application to demonstrate how we are going to work or integrate Mule with Dropbox API. So before I jump into the Anypoint Studio, let me go to the Anypoint Studio. Yeah, this is Anypoint Studio, and okay, so Anypoint Studio doesn't come with a Dropbox connector, but you need to download this connector. So what I did is I went to the marketplace, click on install new software, and select all available sites and try Dropbox. So I mean, like you need to download the Dropbox connector, and you need to select this and download the connector. But anyhow, I have installed the Dropbox connector in my application or in my Anypoint Studio. You can see this is the Dropbox connector. Now let's write our sample program. Before writing our sample program, ensure that you have like in your pom.xml file, you have configured the dependency of the Dropbox. So the version is 3.3.3. I'm using like a Mule model Dropbox connector. So I've included this dependency in the application. Now let me do one thing. Let me create a sample application. So a sample flow, let me drag and drop the flow, and I'm configuring HTTP. So what I want to do is I want to show that I mean, like whenever you want to access the Dropbox API using Mule, or I want to create a folder or album in the using this Dropbox connector in the Dropbox API. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to configure the path. Anyhow, I have configured the HTTP as host as localhost and port as 8085, and I'm going to say create folder. The path as create because it is going to create the folder, and drag and drop the Dropbox connector. When you click drag and drop the Dropbox connector, you need to configure few things. Okay, click on plus icon. When you click on plus icon, you can see like a general where you need to provide the app key, app secret. So we have our app key and app secret. This is our app key and this is our app secret. I have provided those things. Click on OAuth, and here I have given the OAuth as localhost 8083/callback. So we need to configure those things here. So domain is localhost, local port is 8083 because that is what I have provided here, and callback is the path. So if you go to the Anypoint Studio, you can see the path as callback, and remote port will be 8083. Click OK. So if you want to access or if you want to hit Dropbox API using MuleSoft Anypoint Studio, then first operation, just you need to select the operation. We have multiple of operations over here. First thing I'm going to do is authorize. So when you select this authorize, then save the program or save the API. When you click on select the authorize, then our MuleSoft API is going to communicate with the Dropbox API, and it is going to validate the API key and API secret provided. Yes. Now, let me do one more thing. Let me select object to JSON. Okay. And also I want to change the flow name as create folder. This is our flow name, and our path is create. Let me drag and drop another Dropbox connector here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select an operation called as create folder or create album. So you can provide the name of the folder which you want to create. So let me say that it is like my wedding pics. Select wedding pics, give the name as wedding pics. And now let's run this application. Let's say run as Mule application with Maven. Anyhow, I'm just clicking on S. My application is building. Let me go to the Chrome browser and let me go to my Dropbox. I don't have any. I have only my pics new. There are only two folders or albums in my Dropbox. And let us go over here. Yeah, my application got built, and the URL of this is, let me go over here to my HTTP connector, and I have said the path as /create. So let's go to the application, and I have given the port number as localhost colon 8085/create. Click on enter. So when you click on enter, Mule API is communicating with the Dropbox API, and Dropbox application is asking for us validate. So would you like to access the files and folders in your Dropbox? Click on allow. Yes. Now the request is going to send to the Dropbox API, and it has to create the folder, because we have another Dropbox connector we have mentioned as create folder, and the path as wedding pics. Let's go there and let's click on this Dropbox, and let's see the wedding pics folders is created. The wedding pics folder doesn't have any images or any files. Now what we are going to do is, let's upload some files manually. So I'm adding few files or few images to this wedding pics. So I don't have much images, but let me select one of the image, job.image, and let me add more files. I have some text file too. Let me upload it. Yes, I have uploaded 3 files. Now what I want to do is, I want to display these files using MuleSoft API. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to drag one more flow, and I'm naming this flow as list files, and I'm dragging an HTTP connector which is already configured, and I'm going to give the path as list, because it is going to display the content of particular folder. And I'm dragging and dropping the Dropbox connector, which is already configured, and select operation as list, L-I-S-T. So when you select the operation as list, you need to provide the path. Path is nothing but the folder name. So the wedding pics is the folder name which it has to display the content. Paste it, and let us select object to JSON. Object to JSON to print the file names. So our application is getting built. Yes, it got built. Now let me go to our here, and let me say that localhost colon 8085 slash list. When you click on enter, see it is displaying the JSON as response, and this JSON response is going to contain a lot of information like the size of the files and the time it got deployed and the bytes and the name of the files. You can see that size is 65.8 KB, which is an all the file contents are displayed as array. So MIME type is image or PNG, and you can see that I have uploaded job.png. When you go to wedding pics, you can see that I have uploaded job.png. Similarly, I have uploaded other images too. There is something called as plain text, which is a file, which is 1.txt. Similarly, there is another images called wedding pics theming 3.png. So you can see that all three files, file names are listed in the JSON format here.